Hello and welcome to your messages for the full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces. This is happening around 4 degrees, close to 5 degrees, let's call it 5 degrees of the sign of Pisces. The moon is sitting snuggled right up to the north node, which is just over the Pisces line into the sign of Aquarius. We have Mercury, the south node, which are sitting snuggled up on both sides of the sun. So this full moon, my expectations for this full moon solar eclipse, well, first and foremost, I do expect the unexpected, because that's just the way it is when it comes to eclipse energy. Eclipse energy is a wild card, so it's kind of like expect the unexpected. There are a lot of things happening leading up to this full moon. I do believe this is the breaking free of that intense energy that's building up on the way to this full moon. I'm also feeling that this full moon, part of the shifts and changes and the out of nowhere, expect the unexpected energy that is coming through. I feel like there will be groundbreaking news, information, some sort of conversation. Mercury's in the mix here, so it is like bringing facts, bringing clarity, bringing truth uh, to situations that typically have been done in the dark or have been hidden, that sort of energy. We are talking about the moon, and I'm feeling this is all very powerful because of how close it is sitting to that south node and the north node, right? The moon is illuminating the north node, like the way forward, that sort of energy, and the sun is sitting right there with the south node saying, I'm going to illuminate things that need to be released, that need to be surrendered, that need to be let go because they're not for your greater good. So this is the energy we are going to be feeling. I do expect that it's going to be quite intense, but it feels like a powerful liberation, right? The truth shall set you free, and from that space of truth, transparency, and clarity, you can make informed choices and decisions, and to use your free will to direct your life, your future, um, into a more positive direction, releasing any of the things that need to be let go. There's no doubt that I am feeling this full moon is really going to force truth and clarity upon all of us, right? Whether we like it or not, whatever has been, false pretense or illusions we have been living under. This is that period where you can really see these things brought to the light, exposed, and able to transform that energy in order to move forward. I hope these messages serve you well. Let's get into your reading. Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to your reading for the full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces. This is happening on the 28th of August, and it is, I believe, at 5 degrees of Pisces. So you can look in your chart, see where that is for you. Take what resonates, release what doesn't. Let's see what what messages and energies want to show up for the sign of Aquarius. You're very close to achieving your goal is the card that popped up from the Moonology Oracle deck. And balance spirituality and practicality, full moon in Pisces. I get this vibe. I get this vibe that someone's really going to be tapped into their spiritual side during this full moon. Aquarius energy, air sign energy, typically thinks logically, facts, that sort of thing. But on a high vibrational, an Aquarius energy has great intuition as well. I feel like this is just that real solid validation of their connection with the spiritual and the physical. I almost feel like somebody's really recognizing the balance between, and it did say balance in there as well, recognizing what needs to be balanced or where it's being balanced when it comes to their physical and their spiritual realm. Okay, let's take a look at what messages want to come up. And this, I don't know what's going on with these cards I chose, but they are popping. The first card that shows up is the Strength card. So this does give me the energy that someone is going to have to really stand in their strength, have the courage, confidence to persevere, to move forward through a storm, is what I'm feeling like. It's also very interesting because this eclipse season we kicked off with the new moon in Leo, right? So you could have seen something initiated during that time with the new total solar eclipse in the sign of Leo, and now you're really seeing some significant shifts, changes, and things dissipating out when it comes to the full lunar eclipse moon in the sign of Pisces. There is the King of Wands. I feel like this is really giving you a heads up on the direction to take, or you're tapping into that leadership energy of really knowing I have to move this energy, I have to clear that path, I have to make this way. Like I said, I feel like there is some sort of a storm that somebody is really having the strength, courage, and confidence to persevere through. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. What other messages want to come out for the sign of Aquarius? Next card up is the Ten of Cups. So that's great energy. And the Ace of Wands. So there is some sort of new beginning. It almost feels like the crumbling down of something, weathering the storm of something, and there ultimately every ending, and this is just the way it goes, right? With every ending is a new beginning, right? And that's how I'm feeling. And I feel whatever this new beginning is, it's lit. It takes off quickly. Fire is a fast moving energy and brings forth quite quickly, even though I'm sure when you were weathering that storm it didn't feel like it. But it does give me this energy of, moving forward through, weathering that storm, overcoming that challenge, and moving into a new beginning. I'm seeing a lot of Leo energy in here. I am seeing a lot of Pisces energy. I feel these eclipse, like the new moon total solar eclipse that we had, and this full moon lunar eclipse that we are having, were very significant in some reason. You could have gotten a lot of downloads or like signs, synchronicities that were trying to help you, assist you, moving you forward, that sort of thing, since the new moon in Leo kicked off. So it is very interesting to see all of this going on. Wow. Ten of Swords, Ten of Cups to the Ten of Swords. Ooh, there is the Six of Pentacles. This is showing an unforeseen opportunity being presented, placed on the scales of justice in order to balance something out. So another thing, this isn't going to be for everybody, but I can feel for some of you, there does feel like there was some sort of family situation. Ten of Cups can indicate family as well. And I'm kind of feeling some sort of betrayal, that maybe that was what the storm someone weathered. I kind of feel like whoever sent those 10 swords are about to receive the 10 swords. It feels like a, return to sender sort of thing, or you're going to reap what you sow sort of thing. There's the Eight of Wands showing up next. Yeah, I get that feeling that somebody's going to be, this is a breakthrough for somebody. Like, if you've been really going through something very challenging for you, I feel like that is balancing out for you. The peace, the harmony, the unconditional love, the joy, the togetherness, all of that is coming through for you and propelling you forward quite quickly. I really feel with this one, this is like reap what you sow. I haven't seen a card talking about the past, but it's giving me the energy of that. And it's interesting that it's between these two right there. So I feel where, maybe if you were really going through something, and now you're on the other side of it, that old cycle has now ended, this new cycle is beginning. I kind of feel you being propelled forward feels like betrayal to somebody, but I'm really feeling it's, and that can very well be the case, but I'm also feeling it's because someone has to reap what they sow. Yeah, and I'm talking about that, and there comes the Knight of Swords. Someone did something recklessly. I feel intuitively, High Priestess on the bottom of the deck, you knew something that was said or an action that was taken. Maybe you didn't have the physical validation, but you kept moving forward, you kept going on, and I feel like I feel whoever I'm talking to, you intuitively knew that somebody was betraying you. You may not have had the physical validation, but I feel like it's going to be brought. That's why that unexpected pentacle was being put on the scales. There was an injustice, an imbalance, and a situation, and something I feel like is meant to be yours, or balance that is meant to be in your life, is about to be restored. So next card that comes up is the Five of Pentacles. I feel this is going to be associated with that Ten of Swords, and I feel like this is somebody being left out. There's the Knight of Pentacles, who is bringing in that Ace of Pentacles, that new offer, that new opportunity, something that's been a long time coming, a long time in the making, that sort of energy. I kind of feel whoever I'm talking to, you're not going to have any regret, remorse, no doubt, second thoughts about releasing, obviously, I'd hope not, right? This betraying, this Ten of Swords type energy. It's almost like you're watching that boomerang and get sent back to the energy that was trying to get away with the Ten of Swords. Now that Ten of Swords is coming back to, pretty much pin them down, hold them accountable, and come back on them. There's the Empress energy, beautiful. There's that co-creating with the universe. Number 3, major arcana. Look, there's the Death card on the bottom. There is something that is completely done, over, or coming to a complete end. There is this transformation, and again, I feel like I'm feeling it two ways. I'm feeling in one sense, this is allowing someone to transform, go through this transformation that persevered, weathered the storm, to this new cycle, this new chapter. This goes from we've seen the Ace of Wands to the Ten of Cups real quick like this. And again, talking about growth, expansion, manifestation, nurturing, unconditional love, things you're co-creating with the universe. And I feel like there is an energy that is being cut out, right? Like you have to surrender and release and let go of, cast aside. That's just a reckless, impulsive, manipulative, or lying energy is what I'm feeling. I'm just getting the vibe that you are okay with this. And that will give the opportunity with the Death card for that energy to go through a transformation and, learn from the experience, hopefully, right? These cards came out next, and that is the Wheel of Fortune. So we're talking about timing. We are talking about, favorable movement. We have the Six of Pentacles showing up, and the Four of Wands. The Four of Swords showing up. In the bottom of the deck is the Two of Wands. So that was funny. I was saying Wands. Yeah, I feel like the Six of Pentacles talks about, in this card specifically, you see 3, you see 2, and then you see 1 in the center. It gives me the energy of something has been off balance, and there's somebody's had their hand in this imbalance. And we also seen that very same hand coming down out of nowhere, putting that pentacle back to restore the balance. So there will be something getting put to rest during this situation, this cycle. I feel like a lot of the choices and decisions you make are really going to be favorable for you. It feels to me like somebody has learned through the trials, the errors, the storm that they have weathered to know better. They do better, and I feel like they're going to make choices and decisions much differently now. There's that Four of Pentacles again. There's the Fool card on the bottom of the deck. So this is somebody having a new beginning. They're finding out that somebody was, like, this is almost giving me the energy of where somebody was breadcrumbing you, barely giving you enough. That way you stuck around, held on for the hope, the possibility, the whatever it was, and only to recognize that they were taking, like you were giving more than it was like, I just feel breadcrumbing you to keep you around, to, like that sort of thing, but it was because it benefited them. And I feel like they were taking, they can be draining you energetically, mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever it was. It just feels to me like somebody was being breadcrumbed and not seeing something clearly. I feel like they see it clearly now. I'm going to pull one more card. This one popped right up. And there's the strength. Look at this. I said one more card. We're bookmarking this with the strength card. You see how this person has gone. I'll pull it right up here clearly. There is that, she's like wind blown hair. Like you can even see the lion is like going against the grain, right? He's like weathering the storm right along with her. And now look at the lion and look at her. I'm saying her because it's a she in this thing, but no gender in tarot. So now they're in their power. They're stronger, more. They're definitely more strong, a lot stronger after they persevered whatever this storm was. And I feel whatever that storm was, someone had a hand in creating it. It wasn't like, you're dealing with one of life's totally unexpected situations that brought challenge. It feels like an intentional, someone was trying to bring challenges. They were trying to keep you imbalanced. They were trying to breadcrumb you to keep you stuck so that you couldn't move forward, to keep you blocked. They didn't want you investing your time, energy, and effort into walking away from the situation and having peace and balance in your life, is what I'm feeling about all of this energy. Woo, big energy. All right, let's grab some clear. This is just outgoing messages. This is from the universe has your back. What does the universe have your back? What messages from the universe has your back want to show up for the sign of Aquarius? I feel like the storm you were in is over. And please, I want to go back to this over there. Remember when, this energy boomerangs and returns to sender, be mindful that you don't try to save the day um, by by interfering with someone's karmic lesson experience, that sort of thing. My energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. This is so true. And I know if you're listening to this and you've manifested at all in your lifetime, you know that. You know when you're manifesting, when your energy is high, when you're positive, optimistic, all of this beautiful high vibing energy, you attract that high vibing energy in, right? And I feel like, and I feel like someone knew this about you. Like someone knows this, and that's why they would, like, I kind of feel that playing their hand by bringing in, things that bring you down or discourage you or disappoint you, or just trying to get you, breadcrumb you, keep you stuck and held into, I just feel being blocked from achieving and receiving the best that you can have. And I feel that you see it for what it truly is, and that's a wrap on that. Look, even at the bottom of the deck says, the universe has my back. F around and find out. This is how I'm feeling with this energy. So let's keep moving forward. Someone didn't want you investing in yourself and in your future and in your dreams. I feel like they tried to definitely sabotage opportunities for you. Like I said, like went out of their way to create something that should have never been created. Now they're going to reap what they sow. That's exactly how I'm feeling this. True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. I definitely feel someone's triggered by this or gets triggered by this. I don't feel like they're staying in that energy, but I kind of get that vibe where they're going to really be looking at themselves like, why did I tolerate this for so long, or why couldn't I see this about this person or situation, right? Or that's just how I'm feeling with this, right? I don't feel like they're trying to resist the urge to feel what they feel about the situation. I more feel like they're embracing the feelings that come up and out as a result of whatever this is so that they can heal and move on. And good for you. The next card that shows up, the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome, is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. And I do feel like someone threw their hands up in this situation and said, you know, show me clarity, bring me clarity. Um, I just feel like they surrendered it to the Most High, and I kind of feel like signs, synchronicities, discoveries, disclosures, all of that stuff started rolling out as a result of it. I almost feel like you already knew or felt like you would be, dissipating this situation or this connection or this experience before you've even taken the physical actions to do that. Obstacles or detours in the right direction. So beautiful energy there, right? Yeah. Like these things forced you, right? Weathering this storm made you try to reroute or reconstruct, or build differently, that sort of thing. In every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me towards right-minded thinking and the energy of love. And yes, I do believe that is the case in this situation. And I'm also believing I also do believe where there is, unfortunately, this painful recognition of a connection or a situation that just isn't in alignment with all of that, and therefore it's being phased out. The next card that comes in is, in any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. And I'm not surprised to see any of this. It really fits with the energy I'm feeling about this reading. And the bottom of the deck is, there's a stream of love supporting my dreams. And yes, and now that you've seen the saboteurs for what them are, the vultures, the ten of sword energy, I even feel seven of sword energy, 10, 7, any of those sword of energy, even the three of sword energy. Now that you can see it for what it truly is, you can let go of that and you can direct your attention to investing your time, energy, and effort into moving forward towards the balance, towards the support, and whatever it is that you dream and desire. And underneath all of that was the Judgment card. This is somebody being ascended up out of that toxic energy. Like I said, I feel like this energy is about to boomerang. I feel like it's whatever the Ten of Swords energy was, the betrayal, the sabotage, the trying to take somebody down. I kind of feel like they're going to have a first hand experience on what that feels like. They are going to reap what they sow. So this is the reading I have for you, Aquarius. I'd appreciate it if you haven't already for you to take the time, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I'm uploading videos. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and if you'd like to buy me a coffee, there is a link in the description box below. I'll see you back in the near future. Have a great day.